Hello, everyone. This is Jim Ogrozinski, excuse me, with your week 4, chapter 3 lecture video. So, just to focus on the content for this week, we're moving into chapter 3, which is my favorite chapter, is writing in the middle. So, the idea here is what do you do with this source material? So, what I have here is, and I mentioned this in the screencast video, the Triad discussion board post. It's designed to help you work with that source material, all right, that you have found so far. So just to take a bit from the chapter here in the textbook, the chapter that Ballinger really is passionate about, where he talks about the power of writing in the middle, all right, and it's not like in the middle of the research paper, in the middle of the annotated. It's really in the middle of the research process where you have this source material. And as you're thinking about your topic and what you want to write about and what kind of information you want to use, you have to think about all writing as a conversation. It's a conversation between you, the writer, and your intended audience, right? What is it that you want them to know? So it's really a conversation with the source material is also important. We really don't think about that inner dialectic, what we actually think and goes on in our head as we work with our source material. So I think it's really important to understand that the research and the writing is a knowledge generating activity. In fact, all academic writing is a way of making meaning. So writing as you read is a genuine conversation between you and a source, and I think this is important. You should be taking notes of your thoughts as you're reading through your source material to learn the information, not just look for a few good quotes that you can jam into a paper or an annotated, right? And remember, in an annotated, you're writing a summary, so there's no quoting in writing an annotated bibliography, and there's no quoting in summary. So you want to don't write to record things, write to make meaning and follow your own words about a subject and what you have to say about it. It's really important as that conversation. Now remember, 3 ways, and the Triad emphasizes this about how we use source material. There's the near copy, a minimal revision, moderate revision, or substantial revision. So if you're paraphrasing or summarizing, how is it that you are revising the original words? Obviously, quoting is where you're taking a quote directly because it is powerful in that particular source information. But you want to make sure that you interpret and analyze that particular quote, do something with it in a way of attaching it to the relevance of your topic. Okay? So a common issue that Ballinger uses as an example in the textbook is Taylor's discovery of a quote about marine litter. And it's a very long quote. Remember now, MLA guidelines saying nothing more than about 3 to 4 lines should be used as a quote. Only about a 10 to 15% of your overall research essay at the end of the course should be quoted material. So you must find a way in some instances to use large quotes or sections in a way of paraphrasing or summarizing, right? So here you see a very large quote, and what Taylor can do, she has 2 choices: do nothing and try to use it somewhere in the paper, or what we call as instructors the dump, or you're jamming something in, or even as you might think, she might really think about rewriting all or part of her in her own words, hoping to weave it into the essay later, which you can do. You can summarize a section of a source in an extra document and use it when you're ready for it in either the annotated or the paper, right? So more than likely, everybody kind of just collects and dumps is the first options. Statistics are very compelling, so the source speaks for itself, but all of this just a sign of surrender. What do I do with this particular source? Here, the other option is that where Taylor, in this example, rewrites the passage. Here, she's captured the important information from that quote and shortened it quite a bit, where the summary in itself in that particular quote would work well in her particular research essay, right? So, what does she accomplish? Defines the passage for the important information. As a result, controls the information, takes ownership by joining the conversation whenever you paraphrase or summarize, you're actually taking ownership of that information and putting it in your own words and integrating it in your writing. And I think that's really, really important point to make in the beginning portion of chapter 3 and writing in the middle. Also, I'll talk a bit about MLA citation. All right. I've added a link to the Purdue OWL. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Purdue OWL. If you have any questions about MLA citation, you want to make sure that you can. Let's see if this will actually take me there. Here's the Purdue OWL. Excellent. So I provided a link in the Readings and Activities tab in the Week 4 course menu. Weekly course menu is there. So you want to take a look at that if you have any questions about MLA setup or how to create citations. They even have something like EasyBib, a citation guide, will help you format your citations. Okay, so that's all for the Week 4 lecture video and Chapter 3. Next week will be the Week 5, and we'll continue with Chapter 3 and what do we do with our quoted and source material. All right, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Good luck.